Tom Thomson's Giant's Tomb, Georgian Bay is a painting of a breezy, light-filled summer day with an expansive sky and racing clouds that have changing striations, curling masses, and diffuse edges. In the lower part of the panel, turbulent dark waters are rent by white-capped waves, and at left, a partially visible rocky island juts into the lake. Thomson presumably stood on this island to paint. It was the place he was staying in Georgian Bay, called Go Home Island, owned by his host, Dr. James McCallum, Thomson's friend and patron. In the far distance, scarcely visible since it lies behind the shoreline of yet another island, is a sloping blue shape of the island called the Giant's Tomb. Thomson painted the view at 3 different times, at dawn, dusk, and here at midday. He was transfixed by the overarching sky, the fast water, the sparse trees of the distant island, and the far distant Giant's Tomb Island, which from where he looked could hardly be seen. Thomson painted Giant's Tomb, Georgian Bay, not in Algonquin Park, but in a subsequent locale to which he traveled in 1914, Georgian Bay. He arrived there by train in early June at the invitation of Dr. McCallum, who was keen to show him the landscape. He camped with the doctor at French River, then journeyed with him to the cottage at Go Home Bay. Early in August, having found cottage life too gentrified for his taste, Thomson paddled and portaged by canoe back to his base at Mowat Lodge in Algonquin Park, where he was joined by A.Y. Jackson. There, the joint journey began that resulted in the founding of the Group of 7 in 1920. Skies painted in Algonquin Park and then Georgian Bay were a prelude for Thomson, but an important one. Afterwards, he developed many sketches of transient skies and sky phenomena, sunsets and sunrises, thunderclouds, even lightning. It was a theme he explored at length. At the same time, he felt increasingly confident of his medium, bolder, and his work shows it. Thomson probably gave the sketch to McCallum, who treasured it, who then gave it as a gift to Dr. G. Loughton Rideout of Toronto and his wife Dorothy on their wedding day on September 15, 1914. Dr. Rideout must have gone overseas shortly afterwards in the First World War, returning to Canada in 1919. McCallum would have been moved by his young friend's bravery in signing up for active service in the armed forces, and gave him a wedding gift that meant much to McCallum personally and also spoke compellingly of the beauties of Canada. Long afterwards, the painting was given as a gift to Mrs. McCall of Chattanooga, Tennessee. Then it was featured in Sotheby's auction in Toronto on the 18th of November, 1992. From there, it was treasured in a private collection in Toronto until now. We extend our thanks to Joan Murray, Canadian art historian, for her assistance in researching and writing on this Tom Thomson, and we look forward to sharing the artwork with you during our previews.